So, if you are a runner, or you've been a runner, then chances are you've probably been injured. I'm going to take a look at that in this video. Yeah, so talking about injuries, I'm going through that experience at the moment, and anybody that's a runner has probably had some kind of injury. About 14 days ago I did my hamstring, I strained my hamstring, and because I'm doing a running streak every day, I haven't stopped running, so I've been running every day, but I've been taking it really easy. So I just wanted to talk in this video about how to overcome an injury mentally and emotionally, because that's a large part of dealing with an injury as well. So whether you're a runner who's just beginning running, or whether you're someone who's been running for years, there's lots of different ways to deal with a running injury. And I've been dealing with this one in a particular way. So the first thing to really do is to assess the injury properly, and that's really important because then you know exactly what you're dealing with. Now, I know that I didn't tear my hamstring, otherwise I would be hobbling around like this, and I'm not hobbling around like that. I've just got tightness and a strain and pain, and when my wife massages it, you can actually feel the knot in the hamstring, so you know that you've strained it. So identifying exactly what the injury is first is really, really important. And then understanding what you can and can't do. So if you look online and you talk to a lot of physiologists and physiotherapists, you'll find that a lot of them will say, look, for a hamstring, don't do any stretches, do massage, apply ice, keep it elevated, all the right stuff, and then just slowly get back into it by doing certain exercises, but try not to run. And what I've been doing is I've been running at a pace that's just a little bit faster than walking. And I find that my hamstring is okay with that. I do a very thorough warm-up, so making sure that the hamstring has got some heat into it and that I'm taking that stiffness out of it when I first start to move. And then moving through the phases of the exercise, I make sure that I don't stride and do too long a stride or too fast a stride, and that makes sure I'm not overloading the hamstring. So in my case, with a hamstring injury, I'm making sure that I work around the parameters of the injury, and for the last 12 days that served me really, really well. In fact, this morning I ran a 5-kilometer PB time, which is quite astonishing really, considering I've got an injury. So but the reason that happened is because I've adapted my running style, and I've got a new running style now and a new technique that I'm trying, and it's really, really working. It's making it less impactive on my foot plant. I'm spending less time on the ground, and therefore I'm putting less pressure on the hamstring and on my legs and knees in general. So that's a really, really good thing. So when you have positive results like that, even though you've got an injury, you can work through that emotionally, and I think that's a really, really important thing to do. So if you're out there and you're dealing with an injury, don't just look at the injury and saying, okay, I've got to stop and I'm getting depressed and I can't run anymore, I can't do my favorite exercise. First of all, do a thorough investigation as to what the injury is, and then look at ways that you can work around it. I do a swimming session every day as well, which is really, really good for the body. And in this case, for the hamstring, it's good to put it in a weightless situation in the water. So I'm finding that I'm getting relief from that as well. So there's always a lot of things that you can do around the injury to make yourself feel emotionally engaged in sport again, and the activity that you're used to doing every day. Again, if you're a beginner, you need to understand your body and take it really easy. So I'm not suggesting that all beginners should get out there and run through a hamstring injury. What I'm saying is that understand your body, listen to your body. Obviously, if the pain is too much, really cut back on what you're doing. But I'm finding this a really interesting journey now because I'm able to run through this hamstring injury, and I'm hoping to come out the other side with the hamstring much better again, and then I'll start to increase my stride pace and also my stride length again once I feel as though I'm completely over the injury. Now, when do you know that you're completely over the injury? Well, there's a couple of examples that you can do to test out the injury, and I have one for a hamstring industry where you can actually test it out. And what it is, it's putting the leg up like this and pulling down with the heel as though you're actually scooping out a scoop of ice cream out of a container. So if you put your heel down on the ground, pull it back towards you, you can feel your hamstring, and if it's tight and painful, you know you're not over the injury yet, and you've got to keep working on it. So that's something that you can do really easy just to test whether you're actually over a hamstring injury, if a hamstring injury is what you've actually got. But in general, if you're dealing with an injury as a runner or a triathlete and you're trying to overcome it emotionally, look for ways that you can work around the injury rather than just saying, okay, I've got to stop and I'm really depressed, I can't exercise anymore, and hopefully you'll get out of it the other end. That's what I did anyway. So there we go, a little bit about overcoming an injury or dealing with an injury as you work through that process. I hope that helps a little bit in your running journey. Tell me what else you'd like me to cover in my videos, because I'm here to try and pass on any information I can that's going to help you become a better runner and a more happier runner. So until then, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell notification, you'll be notified every time I drop a video. And it's time for me now to get changed into my swimming gear and hit the pool and go and do some training. So I'll see you again really soon in the next video. Until then, stay fit, stay healthy, go for a run. Ciao.